Karin. So a lot of good stuff with your stroke. Your breathing is real comfortable and rhythmic. Head's not coming up too high to turn to breathe. Body position is good. Legs and hips are up high on the surface of the water, and you have a pretty good extension on your stroke. So above water, really everything looks pretty good here. Now most people have room for just a little bit of improvement in the extension through flexibility training. You may be ending your stroke just slightly short, so say your hands are coming out right at your hips, you might be able to push a little farther than that. That's the sort of thing you need to practice and see what sort of effect it has on your time. Like you would time a 50 swimming normal and then time another 50 trying to push through all the way. So nice rotation. When you reach forward, if you try to really extend that forward shoulder, almost so it's really brushing your chin, that'll create a good streamline effect. But you're doing a pretty good job there, so I'm being sort of hypercritical. When you reach forward, try to reach in front of your shoulder as opposed to directly in front of your head. Most of your strokes here are going in front of your head. The reason is when you start the pull, you'll get a little more leverage if your hand is more in front of your shoulder or off to the side a bit. It uses your lat more as the primary muscle. And then if you recall from our discussion in class, you're doing what I would call a straight arm pull. So you're pulling sort of straight down and straight back. That's a pretty good way to swim, and you can see you are finishing the strokes just a little bit early. This is a pretty good way to swim. However, if you can get to the high elbow catch, early vertical forearm, it's going to be a more effective pulling motion. And so that motion really comes from rotating that shoulder internally, sort of shrugging your shoulder and then rolling it inward. The elbow will come up, your hand and forearm angle vertical, and you essentially pull yourself past that point in the water. Catch-up drill and doggy paddle drill and one-arm drill are sort of your main ones to work on that. Fist drill is pretty good as well. And here you just look at the line you're pulling back. So this is a pretty good pulling line if you just widen your hand entry just slightly. And now series of still frames so you can really get a play-by-play of your stroke. So pretty good entry, good extension. You may be able to rotate a little more onto your side, but that's not the biggest deal. And then notice how your upper arm and forearm are just one line here. So that's what I call a straight arm pull. You would want that forearm and hand to be going vertical while your upper arm is still reaching forward, if that makes sense. But once you get about a third of the way into the stroke, it's a good pull through. Pretty good push at the finish here, and then maybe just finishing just slightly early. It's very slight. So pretty good entry and reach on the left side. Again, you might be able to rotate just a bit more, but that's pretty good. And almost a mirror image. Straight arm, upper arm and forearm are at the same line, and you'd want that hand and forearm to be angling down or vertical earlier in the stroke. So working on the drills will help a lot. Thinking about it whenever you go to work out, and just practicing. Make sure you take time, so you time a 50 or time 100 and see if you're having stroke improvements. And I hope that helps. Thanks for coming down.